That is Niall.
Hello.
It's heaven
Hello.
here. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, Niall.
Good. How's it going, folks? Long time no see. Oh, look at you wearing your hoodie.
Thank you.
Oh, she's got it. Yeah, she's got the gear. Sissany, the good student, wearing her heaven hoodie. I know. Did I get a heaven hoodie, Sam? No, I didn't get one.
They're here. You have
No.
You have to come and collect it, Ryan.
It was sent to the wrong
Hi, everyone.
address.
Hi.
Hello,
So-
Tanya. Long time no see, everyone.
I know.
Yeah, this is it should be a quick catch-up session, right? It's been like a few years since
know.
we've had a chance to touch base with you.
Niall was one of our last interviews before the pandemic.
I was supposed to host his iHeartRadio album release party.
That's so true.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
got me
God,
through
yeah.
the pandemic. I replayed that interview on a regular basis, just over and over again, reminding me of what
Yeah.
life was like.
You're welcome.
So we're going to get to music, and we know that you've been up to that in the time since we spoke to you.
Mm-hmm.
But any other interesting pursuits in your world? Anything that you've learned or discovered or grown with since we last spoke?
Oh yeah, it's been a few years. You know, it's been like it's been great though. I've enjoyed the time off because, as you know, I didn't really get much of that.
Yeah,
for about
years.
10 years.
Yeah.
So it was nice to chill. And then I just started making the record, and it was all about that. And yeah, the thoughts have become bigger. That's what my biggest takeaway is, because of the pandemic and sitting at home and not being not being like the little specific scenario storyteller that I usually am. I feel like the music that I've made has been a bit like bigger thoughts, probably because we were just spend so much time living in there 24/7.
So meaning, when you say bigger, you mean more philosophical type thinking?
Yeah, I guess so. Just kind of like, it probably comes with age. You know, when you're in your early 20s, you're kind of just like, do whatever, and it's just kind of rolling with it. But yeah, I've just been, it's just probably a little bit more philosophical than it generally is.
Now, you're calling the new album is called The Show. Tell me about working into that title.
Yeah, I always, like, when I'm starting a record, I'll always write down concepts that help me write the through line, you know, through the record. And the show kind of came to me, I'd say probably the summer of that first bout of the pandemic, 2020. And then I just sat down and wrote a song, like, randomly one night at like 1 a.m. And it was like the start of it, because before that I wasn't feeling my creative, especially coming off the back of like releasing an album and then tour getting cancelled and all that stuff. So it kind of took me a while to get going. And then once I wrote the first half decent song, I was like, okay, maybe I could do this again.
But Heaven sounds so great. We just played it a second ago here. And I always am fascinated. Like, songs are created out of thin air. Like, Heaven was thin air, right? That did not exist at some point. And then I'm reading in one of the articles that, like, 1 a.m, you're on a writing retreat out in the desert, not far from here. And things start to come together. Things start to create. Walk us through that.
Yeah, it was crazy. We were on like a 5-day trip to Joshua Tree. It was just a few of us: Amy Allen, Tobias Jesso Jr., Joel Little, John Ryan. It was just like we were all sitting around, and I'd been kind of humming the chorus for a little bit, but not really knowing what it was. I was like, that sounds good, and like quite lullaby-ish, and like, and then it kind of came. The music kind of came at like 1 o'clock in the morning, right before I thought I was going to sleep. Everyone started getting like energy from the at the start of the song, and then I was like, I know exactly what this is. The thing we've been singing for hours. And it just kind of it's sometimes like you can like sit around and like do your own head in about how this is gonna sound and blah blah, and then sometimes it just happens. And a lot of the times the good ones happen really fast. It's the ones that
there's a streak of energy, a streak of momentum, a streak of something, and you just continue to ride it.
Exactly. You just have to write it out, and then before you know it, it's 5 a.m. and we're still going. You know, just when I thought I was going to sleep, I wasn't. But they're often the best ones. You just get everyone in the room picks up energy, and yeah, before you know it, you were tired, and then you're jumping around the place 5 minutes later. So it's a good feeling when you cross a good one.
Taylor Swift and Lavender Haze on Kiss FM. When did you first hear that album, Niall Horan? That Taylor album.
The day it came out, I was sat in the line at. I know exactly where I was when that album came out randomly because I was in the line for the drive-through at In and Out on Coenga.
Coenga.
and it was like one of those like because it comes out at like 9.
Yeah.
In LA.
Yeah.
But I remember being like I was on a hangover. And I was in the drive-through line. You know that one there on Coenga.
And that line will take like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We listened to the whole record.
It's cool though, when you get a chance to hear new music for the first time, whether it's you, the artist, listen to other artists, or obviously fans, especially waiting for a long time. So Niall Horan is here. His new song is called Heaven. It's out now. You can pre-order his new album, The Show, out June 9th. When you think about people hearing the album, The Show, what do you expect? Like, I mean, you got to look at the comments. You got to look at what people are going to say. What do you expect how will they react to it, you think?
I think they'll probably think I've matured a bit.
Well, you have.
I'm usually I'm usually the excitable puppy, in the window. So it's I think they'll probably think I've matured a bit, but they'll see it as like, I hope they'll think it's like a natural progression from where I've came from. But I think you'll hear the grown up thoughts in there for sure. It's not what it was, but like it's a good transition from where I was musically, I think. And I do think the way I've written, I think a lot of the fans will really attach it to things in their lives. And I think that's probably the most important thing in music, is that they've got a song for every mood they're in. And I think that's what I'd like for them to take away from it. And when I start doing shows, I'll really feel that, there's obviously, we do interviews and I do a lot of stuff on social media and stuff, but there's nothing better than like being in the room with people and like crying at that song and then jumping around, losing their minds to this song. It really makes you realize why you do it and why you were in the studio for 18 months making a record. And they were
that's
very
exciting.
patient. I know it's really good.
It's
they were
exciting.
very patient with me, so it's good.
Yeah, especially when you get to go, obviously around the country and around the world, like all the different parts around this country where you're from and all over the world. That's cool. All right, so the TikTok theories, any truth to that? The collaboration with Harry, TikTok theories?
I don't know where. Like,
Where'd
to
that
be
come
honest,
from?
Ryan, you guys know this. You've been around long enough to know that it's so easy to make up some rumor. I don't know where it's come from, but it's funny to watch. It's definitely funny to watch. No, there's no truth. Not that I know.
No truth
of,
to
anyway.
that. Do you guys, all of you guys from back in the day, your old school times together, do you give each other feedback? Do you congratulate each other? I mean, you're all working on solo projects.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean I haven't sent the record out yet because I don't have that link yet, but I will be sending it to them to get their ideas on things.
That's exciting. That's
They've
cool.
all messaged individually about the new song and stuff, which is really cool. And
Nice.
we're always bigging each other up, of course.
Niall Horan, I'm so happy to see you, man. This is exciting that we're going to get a chance to see a lot more of you with this new album coming out.
Wait, you can't
Pre-order
forget
it
to
in
ask
June
him
9th.
about what you would eat if he came over on a Sunday.
Oh, right. Sorry. Most importantly, I don't know. We stumbled into these questions every now and then. I'm a bit of a foodie. I actually like to entertain. I love to have people over. I like to cook a meal for them.
It's funny because I've never been invited.
Well, and by the way, I will have I'm taking golf lessons too. So watch out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes,
And
Ryan.
I'm not horrible. So we'll follow up on that. But I'm just thinking, like, what's Sunday lunch like at your place? Like, if we came over to yours, what would that be?
I'm a big Sunday roast guy. Full roast chicken.
Potatoes?
Stuffed with lemon, garlic, all the good stuff.
Love that.
Then roast potatoes, carrots, parsnips, broccoli,
Peas?
I'm not a big pea guy, actually.
Yeah, that
Bit
doesn't
too
sound
earthy
good.
for me.
Good to know. That's good to know. I love
the
them.
tradition. And then gravy, all that good stuff. And then around the corner to the pub for about 8 pints.
Yeah, I was like, what are we drinking? And more
My
importantly,
my new food show is going to be, I'm going to go over at Niall's or whoever's house, right? That'll let me in. And we're going to see their Sunday lunch. and I'm going to bring my olive
Yeah.
oil. I'm going to bring my extra. I'm making olive oil, my extra virgin olive oil. And we're going to put it on the dish and see the before and after.
Is this
And
a
that's gonna-
tease?
Yeah, maybe I'm just making the show up right now. But there's a compelling food show.
I like it.
There's someone listening that will want that.
Brother, it's great to see you, man. Continued success. Now,
Yeah,
Horn.
congrats.
Talk to you soon.
Good to see you all. I'll see you soon.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you later. He's the best.